Hello and welcome to another edition of Free Information. I am your host, not Jack Vera. Today we are discussing the letter U. Imagine the letter N, not the capital letter N, lowercase n, upside down. The letter U. The letter U is very important if you'd like to spell such things as upside down, or uranium, ugly, the planet Uranus. Sadly, we often think of negative things, Ursula, with the letter U, but we can spell great things, like ukulele, or a nice Ursula, not just ugly and mean. The letter U. Speaking of the planet Uranus, why is it named that? Because it wasn't discovered or respected or widely thought of as a planet until about the 1850s. This German guy found it, and he was like, well, okay, they saw it a long time ago. They saw it back in BC. But he was like, no, this is definitely a planet. It's not a star. So everyone was like, all right, it's a planet. What do we call it? Well, let's stick with the Greek things, and let's call this one Uranus. Did they bother to ask any school teachers, particularly those in the UK or Australia or the US, America, New Zealand, anywhere, any school teacher where they speak English, did they bother to ask them, hey, school teachers, will you have a problem teaching the kids the name of this planet? They would have said yes. Or that guy could have been like, let me ask my nephew who speaks English. It's like, so this planet, we would like to call it Uranus. And then he would snicker, Uncle, that's, yeah, I like that name. That's probably what happened. That's probably why we stuck with it. There's plenty of other names. Why did we have to stick with the uniform of the whole Roman Greek god thing? We could have given this planet a very respectful name. Instead, it is literally the butt of every astronomy joke. So it's not very nice. I feel very sorry for the planet, and we need to fix that. So the letter U. Yes, it was discovered, through telescopes and stuff. It wasn't like they were on a ship. We haven't been there yet. We haven't been there. There have been no cartographers, that have set foot on Uranus or setting foot around it. But speaking of cartographers or map makers and foots or feet, well, I think of Italy, right? It's common knowledge now that Italy, it looks like a boot. But I feel bad for the first cartographer, first map maker. He's working really hard, nose to the pencil grindstone mapping thingy. And then he was like, I did it. I mapped up a large portion of what we call, Italy, Rome place. From shore to shore, even some of the mountain region. I'm going to show this to Caesar. Comes into Caesar, he's like, welcome, my friend. You have done it. You have mapped up our most beautiful land. He's like, yes, and take a look. Take a look at this. He unscrolls it and sees like, what is this I look at? It is our place. This is a boot. It's like, yes, we look like a boot. We are sandal people. Thousands of years from now, people will buy gladiators and be like, oh, how Roman. This is not what our place looks like. Our place looks like a lion. Cut off this man's head. That's what happened. Probably. I have no idea. But can you imagine the first guy? Or was he trying to hide it? Was he working on the map and he's like, oh, no. I have to show this to Caesar tomorrow. He didn't want any of that outskirt territory. He just wanted this land, man. And it looks like a foot. It looks like a boot. A heel that's got problems. Quick. Somebody hand me the drawing of a lion. And for thousands of years, the Caesars were like, yeah, we look like a lion. Until finally somebody somebody was able to zoom out far enough, and it was like, no, we look like a boot. What was that day like? I don't know if there's any Italians listening. Can you please tell me, what was that day like in Italian history where everyone was like, yeah, we look like a boot? And now they own it because they make great boots. I've never owned one, but I mean, you just hear Italian boot and you think, hey, that's got to be great. So, they're just proud of it, and it's pretty cool. It's an easy shape to look like, to have respect for. It's not like a funny looking shape where it's like, what does your country look like? We look like a spleen. Boots are cool. The letter U. This has been another episode of Free Information. I am not Jack Farrar. Thank you so much for tuning in. This episode has been brought to you by shadows. If it's hot outside, find a shadow.